Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Well, it's been an absolute hot minute since I last did an empties video or any kind of update, and I can only apologise, but I've not been in the country very much for the last sort of 3-4 months. I've been travelling quite extensively with work, and the times I have been back, it's been washing, drying, packing, that kind of thing. So I've been been quite busy. And aside from that, it's been absolutely boiling in the UK for the last sort of 3 months. It's been ridiculously hot, like every single day, and I just couldn't face really adding any extra heat into the house. It's just been, hot, like 80 plus every single day for like 3 months. It's just, I've never known a summer like it, let's put it that way. Anyhow, jumping straight in, I do have some empties, not millions by all accounts, but I have got through some stuff, so I'll quickly run through that for you. Disclaimer, if you see my little dog jumping around, she's wondering what the heck's going on because she's back from her granddad's. She was been away for 2 weeks at her granddad's, who has quite a few dogs, and she's kind of jumping around and wondering where the other dogs are and trying to get the cat to chase her and play and stuff like that. So if you see her jumping around, just ignore that. Okay, so first up, no particular order, just a box of Yankee tea lights in Kilimanjaro stars. I don't tend to get any form of scent from these, but I do use them in my my melters because they do burn for kind of 6 hours plus, and it means I'm not changing out tea lights every 2 minutes. So that's those. I won't have paid much for them, a couple of pounds at least, but yeah, not much. Next up, we've got Cozy by the Fire. Now this is one I've burnt not long ago. It's kind of changed out in the UK to slightly cooler weather, and it's got a little bit more autumnal in the last few weeks, so I'm craving those autumn type scents badly. I'm really looking forward to autumn, my favourite time of the year. Now this one, as you can see, is a small jar, and it's not had the best performance by any stretch of the imagination. You can see there's a lot of wax and it's tunnelled quite extensively there. However, for the size of the jar, this one does throw. It's got a really good throw, and I really do like this scent for this time of year. It is a 2016 pour there, and I can't remember where it came from. I think it actually might have come out of a set. It would have been very much, a couple of pounds at the very most. So that's that. I do buy that year in, year out because I do like the scent. Next up, we've got Snowflake Cookie. Bit of a departure. I think this one was just hanging around, and I thought, let's just kind of get rid of it. It's a bakery type scent, sweet bakery scent, so it can be kind of for any time of the year for me. Fairly clean burn. Quite a bit of wax left at the bottom, but as you can see on the inside, it has gone all the way down and burnt itself out. I do like this one. I did burn, or melt should I say, one of the tarts in this, and I think it must have gone off because it was quite peppery, but this one I really enjoyed. It was sweet, it threw nicely, no complaints on that one. Let's go for these. So I've gone through a whole clamshell, I think they're called, of Colonial Candle in the Wild Iris. This is in the soft wax, so it's a bit messy to get out. I didn't enjoy kind of getting it out and getting it all over my fingers, but I did enjoy this. It was £1.49 from Boundary Mill, I believe, and I probably would have got 10% off that as well. Unfortunately, they don't carry this anymore. They don't carry any of the Colonial Candle scents or candles at all anymore, which is a bit of a shame. But I enjoyed this. It's a Simmer Snap. Lovely. It's a floral, and I'm not particularly into florals, but it's quite pretty and it's quite subtle, so I did actually enjoy this, and I believe I've probably got a couple more knocking about somewhere, so that's that one. Next up is another Colonial Candle Simmer Snap, and this is the Topaz Waters. Again, it's in the soft wax. You can see it's a little bit messy. I don't enjoy getting it out of the packet at all, and I actually don't enjoy getting it out of the melter because that's a nightmare as well, but it's a different story. Again, this was £1.49 from Boundary Mill, probably 10% off again. Not so keen on this scent, if I'm honest. So a quick sniff. I wouldn't say it's like any kind of aquatic or ocean type scent. It's a bit laundry-ish to me, and there's a slight kind of plastic smell that comes through. Not really keen on this. I do think I've got a couple more hanging about, but I wouldn't repurchase this if I saw it. Okay, so next up is just the Glade Handmade Biscuit Delight. I absolutely love this. I think I've already gone through one of these in my empties before. This is another one, and I must have at least 5 or 6 more of these. Really, really, really pretty scent. It's my go-to at the minute if I just want a little bit of fragrance in the house, and it does drift quite nicely through the house. It's quite strong. As you can see, I got it on clearance at 75p from Morrison's, I think, which is it's a supermarket if you're not familiar with it. You get 6 in the pack, and what I like about these is they're all individual, so they just come straight out. There's no breaking of wax or anything like that. They're just nice and clean, and the scent is just, oh, I love it. It is like a sweet bakery type scent, but there's something else in there. Can't quite put my finger on it. It's almost floral, but not quite floral. Only thing I can say is if you see them, just give them a sniff. I really, really like this scent. It's one of my favourites. And like I said, I think I've got 5 or 6 more, so I'm glad I stocked up on that one. Definitely repurchase if I see it, or in any form. Let's go for this one next. So this one is one of the Zoella candles. I'm sure you all know who Zoella is. She's a famous YouTuber. This was a really nice scent. I was surprised how nice this was. You can see there's a little bit of soot in, which actually only happened on the last burn. You can see there's a finger mark in there. Other than that, it was a very pretty burn. I really do like, it's discoloured now, but it was a really, really white wax all the way through until the end. And when it burns, it goes like a yellowy colour, and it's really bright. Really enjoyed this one. Scent-wise, in fact, I think I've got the box. It's called Lazy Days. I have got the box, yeah. So, got the little thing that comes with it, little doodah. It comes in this box. It doesn't really say, it just says notes of fresh linen and cotton. Now, it's not a fresh linen cotton scent to me. Certainly not like Yankees. It's prettier than that. It's quite spa-like, a little bit of floral, but it's very pretty. And it just gently fragrances the room. I would definitely repurchase this if I saw it again. You can see I got it on clearance again at £3.50. I think it was like from Boots or something like that. But yeah, really enjoyed that. I was impressed actually, because I wasn't really expecting very much, if I'm quite honest. Next up, just a couple of these. These were out of a set. There's 2 of them that I think I got for Christmas. I think they were from Next. Just little tea lights. Individually they do smell quite nice, but I didn't really get any scent out of them, if I'm quite honest. This one has gone dead. It's just drowning itself, and that one's gone all the way to the bottom. So they're just for a bit of ambience more than anything. And actually I did have a power cut, so they came in handy for that. Next up, we've got, put the lid on because the lid's really pretty. We've got this Laura Ashley candle in Freshwater Bay. This was a present for my birthday, I think. It comes in this really nice, I like the jar. I think I'll probably repurpose this jar. Maybe put some pine cones in for Christmas or something. I think it's very pretty. Unfortunately, the label has got a little bit kind of burnt though, but I could take that off, and it's just a nice jar. So you can see it's gone all the way to the bottom there. There's quite a bit of wax left. There's probably a good inch of wax left there, but the scent was beautiful. Freshwater Bay, so it is quite aquatic. Very pretty, really enjoyed it. Not headache inducing, fairly strong. Would definitely repurchase this, and it's actually my first Laura Ashley candle. And if they're all like this, then I'd quite happily buy more. So definitely like one. I think they're quite expensive though for what they are, if I'm totally honest. Let's go for this one. So you'll have seen me do these before. I've got an absolute shed ton of them hanging around. This is the Glade Apple and Cinnamon, I think it is. It's got a bit of dodgy coloured wax in there because I poured something. I think I poured something out of my melt into it. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe a votive or something. But yeah, so it's got some dodgy coloured looking wax in there. But it has gone all the way down. Generic apple cinnamon, nothing to write home about. Quite nice, I think it was 50p, so yeah, it's fine. Nothing really more to say about that one. Let's reach over. So this is a Primark one. It's really cheap. I think it was like 50, it's got cat hair stuck to it. I think it was like 50p or something like that. Very pretty jar. It won't light anymore. It keeps drowning itself, as you can see. Scent wise, it's cedar, leaf and pepper, and it's a very, very pretty scent, but it doesn't throw. So unless you want a bit of light in your room, I probably wouldn't bother, if I'm quite honest. You can see there's quite a bad burny type thing there. It's not quite sudden, it's more burn. I think that's when I've like angled the candle to try and light it again, but yeah, I won't bother with the Primark candles, if I'm totally honest. Next up is a bit of a weird one. So this one is the Urban Olfactory, and it's the, I can't pronounce this, Petrichor luxury candle. Really strange, like a baked bean tin or something. And it came in a set with a diffuser, and I got it from TK Maxx, and I think it was about £4 for the set because the reed diffusers were missing, but I've got a ton of those, so not a problem. This is the weirdest candle I have ever had. It does throw, definitely no two ways about that. And you can see I've still got some left, but it will be done by the end of this week at least, so I thought I'd include it. This legitimately smells like mud after the rain. Now I know that sounds really weird, but it's actually a really nice scent. Certainly for a bathroom, it's the weirdest thing, honestly. It legitimately smells, when it's had like a hard rain and you go outside into your garden and you can smell that like mud smell, it legitimately smells like that, like no, hands down. Quite a strange scent, but I've been enjoying it. Really, I have been enjoying it, which I didn't think I would be. Let's go on to some of the melts. So, Season of Peace, you'll probably remember that I got a massive box of these, 75p with 10% off. Love this fragrance. It reminds me, it's like white musk. It reminds me of the Body Shop back in the day when everybody used to wear white musk. Love that. One of my favourites. This one, oh, it's a really old one, as you can see by the packaging. It's all soft and horrible. It's Blissful Autumn. It's obviously a scent that's not produced anymore. 50p from Boundary Mill, I think. Yeah, you can see by the packaging it's definitely an old one. I couldn't tell you the pour date on that, but it's certainly many years old. A beautiful pear scent, but I couldn't smell it when it was burning, and in fact I've kept part of it. I've never actually had a votive that's tunnelled before now, but as you can see, yeah, it tunnelled. It still smells lovely actually, just doesn't throw. So that's that one. Next up we've got another tart in Olive and Thyme, quite a strange scent, kind of herbal, not unpleasant I must say, but I probably wouldn't be looking to get a large jar in that. It's a little bit weird, but I enjoyed it all the same. Next up is Garden Sweet Pea. This is another old one. You can see the packaging's all soft and discoloured and stuff. Didn't really get much scent out of this. I think it was just too old, if I'm honest. I am trying to get through a lot of melts and a lot of votives that's just hanging around. I'm trying to just get through them to enjoy them before they die, basically. Next up, I've got Lake Sunset. This I think was out of a set. Oh no, it wasn't, because it's got a price on it. 99p from Boundary Mill. Again, it was generic. Can't really smell anything now. It's perfumed, I think, but yeah, it didn't throw at all. 2016, because it's got its little date on the label there. Nothing really to write home about. Oh, my poor little sugared apple. And this is one of the first Yankees that I ever had. I got a set with Cherries on Snow, which is my ultimate favourite Yankee candle, and these, and there was some others as well. I can't remember what the other votives were. And my first set of Yankee candles, I've been hoarding these, but it's time for them to go. Absolutely beautiful scent. Really love this scent. Would love to get it in a bigger candle. Didn't throw too much, if I'm honest, in the votive form, but I would definitely consider getting this in melts or a big candle if they do bring it back. Next up, we've got, ooh, that's sticky. We've got Cassis. Now this one, I think, came from Clinton Cards, I think, quite a while ago. In a set, and this one again is a 15. I can see it's got a little marking saying 15, so it's a 15 pour. Really like the smell of Cassis, if I'm honest. It's fruity, musky. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I would probably get this in a bigger jar if I saw it. Next up is the last thing now. Down to the last thing, and this is the biggest disappointment of my life, I think. So I've gone through Mountain Lodge. I've been hoarding this for a long time, but it's time to kind of get through my candles now. I really need to work through the Yankees and things like that, because I've got a cupboard full and I can't fit anything else in at the minute. As you can see, it was £11 from Boundary Mill, and I would have got 10% off that as well. This had absolutely no scent whatsoever. Even if you hung your nose over it, you really couldn't smell anything. I can now. Reopen the jar. It smells beautiful. It's that sort of woody sweetness. Beautiful scent. just absolutely no throw. I was actually quite annoyed, if I'm honest. You can see I've stopped it. It's not gone all the way to the bottom. There's probably another burn in there for a couple of hours at least, but it started to smoke, as you can see. Up until the last burn, it was a very, very clean burn indeed. You probably can't see quite how bad that is on camera, but it's definitely very, very sooty. And I just dipped the wick and I was like, no, you're done, my friend, you're done. This one is a 15 pour, and I do have another one of this, which I don't know what I'm going to do with, if I'm honest. I'll probably burn it, but so disappointed. Beautiful label, beautiful scent, just absolutely no throat, even if you hung your nose over it. So would not repurchase, unfortunately, unless this one is a dud. Unless other people have had stronger burns, I don't know. And that, my friends, is everything. Thank you very much for watching. I'll hopefully be back sooner rather than later with the next lot of empties, because it's obviously candle season now, it's cooler, I'm starting to get through a lot more things. So take care of yourselves and I'll see you next time. Thanks.